Hey guys, Jim Aspell, Connecticut Workers' Compensation Attorney and host of the Facebook group Ask a Connecticut Workers' Compensation Attorney. I wanted to talk to you today about a question that comes up fairly often, and that's the topic of surveillance in a workers' compensation claim. Surveillance is basically the procedure by which an insurance company watches you as you go about your day-to-day activities, trying to determine whether or not there's a degree of untruthfulness to the claim that you're making about what you can and cannot do with regards to your disabilities. Typically, you see surveillance employed in situations where one is claiming to be totally disabled. In other words, they're claiming that they're unable to do any kind of work of any kind whatsoever. A lot of times insurance companies are skeptical of these claims, particularly when people are younger and they don't seem to have sustained what would appear to be a relatively serious injury compared to what one might expect. So in situations like that, insurance companies frequently will employ surveillance, and typically this is done by private investigators. They will stake out your home, they will follow you in your day-to-day activities and try to get a handle on what it is you're doing and see whether or not your actual day-to-day activities are lining up with what you claim you can or cannot do. Frequently, you'll find surveillance where the surveillor will follow the claimant to a doctor's appointment. A lot of times, people have a miraculous recovery. We've seen it time and time again. When they walk out of the doctor's office and get into their car and drive away, they go into the doctor's office limping, and they come out 30 or 45 minutes later with a spring in their step. Obviously, that's cause for concern, and it leads to the insurance company's belief that you may be exaggerating your claims, and that's something that they're going to give you a hard time about. Obviously, if they do find that you're magnifying your injuries, they're going to take that quite seriously, and in those cases, in a lot of situations like that, they're going to litigate the claim. In other words, they're going to force us to take the claim to a formal hearing, as opposed to readily accepting the claim, which is what they might otherwise do if your complaints were in line with your actual physical limitations. So how do we deal with surveillance? Well, like anything else, the truth shall set you free. The Bible was right. So in all things with the law, basically tell the truth. Always be honest with your doctor, with your attorney, with your insurance adjuster, and you don't want to be overstating what it is you can and cannot do. If, for example, you have a shoulder injury, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're taking 20 or 30-pound grocery bags out of the trunk of your car and hoisting them into your house. That's cause for concern. A lot of times, if you're claiming a shoulder or an upper extremity injury, they're going to be watching to see how you handle a small child. Are you able to manage your baby? Are you able to manage a car seat? Those kind of things, if you're able to do those, they tend to contradict your claim that you're totally disabled from your shoulder injury. So that's just an example, but the basic point of it is keep your complaints consistent with what it is you're really able to do. The doctor's going to take care of you. We're going to get you the benefits that you're entitled to. So there's really no benefit to you to overstate the nature of your disability. It's going to come out if you're exaggerating. It just makes it a lot easier for everybody all along to just be straightforward and honest about what it is you cannot do. If for some reason you are caught in a situation where the insurance company has obtained surveillance on you and they've caught you red-handed doing something that you say you can't do, be upfront with your lawyer about that. We're going to find out about it anyways, and we're going to have to deal with it. We can deal with it. Obviously, that's going to have an adverse effect on your claim, so we want to avoid it up front. But if that does happen, most of us have seen it before, and we'll deal with it. Again, best advice, keep it honest. Keep your restrictions consistent with what it is your body is telling you can't do. Follow your doctor's orders, and don't exaggerate the extent of your disability, and you'll work out fine. The workers' comp system is going to take care of you. We'll get you the medical treatment that you need. We'll get you the money you deserve. Be honest with the system, and the system will be honest with you. And that's it. If anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can call us anytime. Our office is in Farmington, Connecticut. And until next time, hope this information has been kind of helpful to you. Thanks.